I think I could hear you. I think I hear the camera running. Oh my God. Okay, so I can just leave that down. I'll take these out now, as these are like the stethoscope to the audio world. If you haven't seen my review of the Dunu Zens, the Dunu Zens are to listen to the heart of an amplifier. And I didn't do it on the GSX Mini, but I got this. The review item today is the SMSL VMV sAp1, the sAp1. And I whipped it out on the desk, and I hooked it up, and I got a bunch of headphones, and I'm playing with it. I'm like, I wonder what the noise floor is like. So I plug in the Dunu Zens, because those fucking things, those are equipment and not music. Listen, those are literally stethoscopes. All right, cough. Put it in the amp and cough. And so I listen to this, and at all the way down volume, there's a slight buzz. I paid $50 for this amp. I don't hear that buzz in anything else, just those. And then when you turn the volume to halfway, and it gets to like here, the buzz is gone. It fades out to nothing. No buzz, and it comes back and it buzzes again. And it's like, it's there and it's annoying, but only on the Dunu Zens. I have the KPH, I got the LCDX. I haven't hooked up the Harmonic Zeus yet. I want to do that last because I love these the most. But I also have these R70X that I've got in stock. I've got them on my desk. So I plugged the Dunu Zens into the Singzer to compare. And indeed, the Singzer is dead silent, except when you turn it and by the way, when you turn it all the way up, at the very, very last notch, there's a slight something in the left channel. It's like, it just sounds like something, but not a hiss. And then I plug it into the GSX Mini, and it's like it's raining on a metal roof 70 feet away. It's like the most beautiful, that could almost be like a sleep thing. Like, get Dunu Zens and plug your, and it didn't matter where the GSX Mini's volume was, all the way down, all the way up, in the middle. It was just the most amazing $2,000 white noise generator. So if you want to know which one has a lower noise floor, the Singzer also has a lower noise floor. Could be because it's got Class A/B mixed in there, where it's very, very biased to Class A, and then at the very, very peak it gets to B. But that wouldn't make sense because it would be low power would be A, and this is all A. Just wanted you to know that. So Dunu Zens, linked in the description. Anyway, this thing was $50 on drop, and I have a contact at drop, and I'll message them if I want something that, and I was just like, fuck it. I want to go through the process like every other pleb. Give it to me. And indeed, fucking 7, 12, 52 weeks later, it showed up. And it is the most adorable fucking little black brick. And I like it a lot. Because this channel is all about that price to performance. And I did actually A/B between the sAp1 and the Singzer. And I'm sorry to say, the Singzer is a better amplifier than this. I got it for $50 though. Shut the fuck up. Let's plug in. I'm doing the Zeus. I'm doing the Zeus. Because here's the thing. Simplicity is lacking in my life. It is. My life is many bugs living in here. The spiders have come back to the basement. I picked up every spider I've seen and I carried it outside and went free. Because I'm trying to build up a rapport with the spiders. Plus they don't freak me out now. I don't want them in my ears, but they're just they don't want to be here. They're like, oh fuck, I don't even see grass. This is a liar. Actually, no, this doesn't lie. The web pages all lie. It brings up the same conclusion of okay, let's go to the drop page, which is, it's not around. I requested it to come back again because it's $50 on drop and it's out of stock or available from weird sellers for the SMSL sAp1 on Amazon with one-star rating, which I didn't even read what that was. What did they say? 1 star. Excellent form factor. However, in the back. Anyway, you got doesn't work. Okay, so this guy bought a set and it didn't work, and they didn't have one in stock to change it, so he was upset to get 1 star. That sucks. I don't blame him for being upset. There is a Dill Poetry labeled one that is $93.99 and one in stock. So you're probably not gonna be able to buy this. This is basically a retro review. I don't know why a unit I've never heard of comes out real cheap on drop is twice the price on Amazon. And then it's just not anywhere anymore. It's like you can't even, like, if you wanted this, there's one on Amazon. One. And it's $50. Buckaroo. 50 buckaroo. And it's the most basic headphone amplifier, but it's built like a tank. So why wouldn't I recommend it? Does it sound like a Singzer SA1? No. Is it Class A? No. Does it have Japanese parts? Yes. It's Chinese made with Japanese parts. The power output, according to... I'm going to read the one on Drop because it's easier to read. There's one on the Dill of Poetry has it also written down here. No, up here. I should probably... I'm going to read that blurb later. But 32 ohms, which is the lowest ohms it tells you, and the highest power, 270 milliwatts. That shouldn't be enough to push. It's a quarter of a watt. Quarter of a watt's not bad, but not a lot of headphones are down in the 32 ohm range, so you're not going to really get that. 64 ohm, 170 milliwatts. 150 ohm, 88 milliwatts. That's less than a tenth of a watt. This is 6.5 watts a channel at like 32 ohms. So this is quite a more powerful amplifier according to the fucking numbers. Now here we go. Amplifier 300 ohms, 48 milliwatts. So I don't know what these actually are, the Harmonic Dyne Zeus. But that's now at 9 o'clock. And that's at 10 o'clock, and I can't hear myself speaking. And that's 11 o'clock, and it's so fucking loud. So what the fuck do those numbers mean, internet? Why would they undersell the numbers? I've had a couple amplifiers that have like oversold the numbers. Like this is 8 watts. And I go, and it's like, this isn't 8 watts. I know what 8 watts is. And this one is like, I'm a quarter of a watt. And it's like, is that what it's rated to cleanly? Because I haven't really heard much in the way of like distortion. I love these headphones. By the way, she's wearing a Slayer t-shirt because this is a little rock and roller. I'm going to show you the back of it because really, no buzz, by the way. Only the Zens, the Dunu Zens will hear the buzz. Oh, I'm feeding it, by the way. Did I just fuck that up? What did I just do? Did I electroshock this? Don't make me redo the review. Okay, yes, I understand. Okay, good. Okay. This is a Sanskrit 10th, and I think I'm using an old coiled USB cable, which looks badass, but it's old. Give me a second. I love when the Baldars are playing Run the Jewels so loud that I can hear them at my review desk. That's called a burn-in. So back to this headphone amplifier. It is the most fucking adorable little thing. And it doesn't have a power transformer. I hate when units this small have a unit this big that you go next. I did it again. Stop touching it, Zeus. Stop touching it. Leave it alone. Leave it alone. I went for the nice looking wire. This actually takes the 110 straight into the back of it. Yeah, let's turn this around. I want to yell a little bit because the power switch is on the back. But I actually don't care. Like, it doesn't get hot. It hasn't gotten hot. I don't think you'd need to shut this thing off. So you got power input, power switch, left and right RCA in, 1/4 inch out, volume knob, the end. There is no more basic headphone amplifier that I could think of, other than one that might have a power switch that's in the knob, which I don't prefer those because there's been a couple where I've turned it down just enough and it like gently pulls the power away and it's like, fuck. And that's it. You just get a 1/4 inch. You get there's a, what kind of screw is that? That's some sort of screw to hold that together. You got a blue LED, which I don't care. It's super dim, so it doesn't matter. You got a very, very nice, smooth volume knob. You got a high-res audio sticker, which we're going to remove immediately because we don't do that shit here. What needs a high-res audio sticker? Just keep shoving them inside the GSX Mini. Here, we'll do the thing like you do at school. We'll just stick it in the fucking inside of a drawer. There. Now, never find that in 13 years. That's it. Welcome to the review of the sAp1, which you can't buy. I kind of like it. It doesn't say it's powerful, but it does. I mean, the hardest headphones I have to drive on it right now are the R70X here. Let's turn that down. Let's plug this in. There's noon. This sounds better than... The thing is, here's the thing. I haven't A-B'd it against things that are in its price range because I literally don't have any. I would need an... Even at JDS Labs Atom at $100 is twice the cost that I paid for this. I'm presuming the cost should be at $50. It probably won't be. It'll be somewhere out there for $79.99. Is it worth $79.99? Yeah. It's still worth that. Is it worth $100? Well, that's when we start getting like, okay, JDS Atoms exists. And then you could like a little bit more and you can get a much more fanciful, you know, DAC amp combo by IFI, Zendac, things like that. So at $50, I'll pay attention to you. At 80, I'll still pay attention to you. At 100, it's sort of like, well, why not spend a little more and get something that does more stuff? But as far as like a giant brick, and it's heavy too. It's not like, this isn't one of those like, doesn't weigh. This thing is a brick. And I'm glad it doesn't have a power transformer, so you can just plug it right into 110 on the wall, which puts the 110 components next to the amplifier components. But it sounds fine. Other than that slight buzz you get from this, which, you know what, thinking about it, it's probably a 60 hertz buzz. A little bit of isolation inside might eliminate that, but I haven't been able to hear. Well, the R70X are really fucking hard to drive. And if you play the music, pause the music. So I don't hear them on that. What's the easiest pair of headphones I have on this table? Other than let's put these back on and really listen for like, because that's the one thing people are like, what's the noise floor? Well, what's your headphone? The noise coming from the Baldars over there at like super reduced volume is louder than any sort of buzzing I could possibly hear. Only these show me that. Fucking, it's like a microscope into the fucking amplifier mechanics. It's fucking wild. So, yeah, I don't have a problem with the power output of this, really. I'm not going to even attempt to put like heavy duty planars on it, because I don't think you're going to go and get, you know, T60 argons or, you know, 5XX or any of the other big planars I've got. And like, let's really see how this does. It's a $50 amplifier. I'm just happy it arrived. Ever. That's right. That's the only like negative right there, is that if I get it up real low and I wiggle the knob, like wiggle it, does this come off? What's coming off? Hold on. Wow. Hold on. That's the most impressive fucking thing yet. So apparently this is the normal knob thing. Here's a silicone adapter. I've never seen this system before. A silicone adapter to go over the normal notched ring. This is entirely aluminum. I thought it felt nice. Who does this? Who does this? SMSL VMV. I've only had 2 or 3 units that are labeled with the VMV denomination. And that is usually like their high-end stuff. Like you have SMSL, that's fine. But you have the like Type R or the AMG SMSL, which is VMV. So where the fuck does this fall in the lineup? That is so fucking nice. Dude. That's phenomenal. So this just slides over the silicone. Actually, I probably need to put this in here first. Let me see, where's my notch? I'm gonna put this back on here like this. You're watching me do a thing. It's all the way down volume, so I'm going to put this on like that. I'm afraid if I push it on, it's not going to... That's why it wiggles a little bit. It's on a silicone. That's why it's so fucking smooth. It's a weighty piece of metal on a silicone suspension. What do you have, GSX Mini? Oh, you have that $200 add-on. Never mind. But still, it's just those little things in the feel of a knob. Knobfeel.com. Actually, I think that was a blog, wasn't it? I was like, why does this wiggle? And then now I know why it wiggles. I even more impressed by that. To have a solid fucking black anodized metal knob that floats on a silicone suspension. That isn't written in the goddamn things. You want to read the bullet points for this amp? Hold on. They're fucking hilarious. This one has it. High sound quality. Built in a electrical circuit of VMV module headphone power amplifiers makes the sound better. Okay. Independent power supply. Built-in triad circular transformers for different groups of electrical circuits to ensure they will not interfere with each other. Okay. I believe you. Except I hear a buzz, but only with those, so it's fine. Circuit protection design, high precision dropout voltage circuit with high sensitivity, which can effectively protect the machine and headphone, which is actually important because there are some headphone amplifiers, for those of you who don't know, like ones that are DIY or like the ones you build off sites and low, very, very low boutique stuff. There's no protection circuits in there because the protection circuit will ruin these capacitors here are a protection circuit, and you can bypass them with jumpers you have to install. You just buy jumpers or find jumpers and install them, and you can only do that if you open the case and you basically void the warranty. So this has the protection circuit built in, which a cheap headphone amplifier, it's a lot cheaper to not put a protection circuit in, and this one has one in there, so that's nice of them. It also says mini design, 5.9 inch length and 2.9 inch width. Gee, what do those measurements sound like? It only weighs 0.13 pounds. I wish. Aluminum case, sandblast, wire drawing, oxidation, and laser engraving never fade like paint spraying. So they're literally bragging about the way that the numbers and letters are applied. The other things down here are total harmonic distortion plus noise, 0.001%. If that's true, and at power, that's pretty fucking amazing. And signal to noise ratio 100 dB. Again, really high end stuff is like 120 dB signal to noise ratio. This is $50. 100's a lot. Human beings can't tell the difference in like 100 or probably like 65 is where most people like just can't anymore. So, if you can buy this, all right, who would buy this? Who buys this? If you needed to buy a headphone amplifier and you only had under $100, and you need to be just an amplifier, because that's the thing. I can't think of any real reason why anyone would need, unless you're just adding an amplifier to a pre-existing system that just doesn't have a headphone amplifier. This is a damn good little headphone amplifier for $50 or $70, or don't pay 100, but certainly under that is fucking well worth it. But why? Because you still need to feed, for people who have no idea what I'm talking about. I was reading the drop comments, and someone was like, hey, how do I put this in my computer? And like they had to be explained that it's RCA input. You need to get a 3.5 millimeter RCA and use your sound card out. And I wouldn't recommend that ever. It'll work. It's just, you don't want, it just won't, just don't do it. Get a DAC amp combo at that point. I can't believe how loud this gets immediately. Do I have any Slayer? You know, I feel like I did a disservice to this review because I don't think I have any Slayer. I do have some Slayer. Raining Blood. Oh, there we go. Yeah, it's a clean little unit. I mean, it's a little bit narrow. I mean, I plugged it into the fucking Singzer to compare. So it's really not fair. Because that's not only a $600 amplifier. That is a $600 amplifier that competes with $2,000 amplifiers. That previously would have been like the benchmark. So But you know what? You know where this competes? I would put this against the Magni and the Heresy. Easily. Put it in the lineup and just... For build quality, this will probably beat those. If you need your headphone to get louder than that, then you're that little girl. Because that's fucking insane. I'm at 10 o'clock. Oh, could I also point out how nicely indicated that is with a nice... It's a thin white line, but you know where it is at all times. That's... Actually, you could probably... Oh, see, there's the issue. If you keep turning, since it's just a silicone thing in a perfectly smooth hole, you could just... I might edit that out. No. You can turn it, like I could turn it and keep turning it, so now it's pointing down. Because it's literally just slipping in the smooth hole. The silicone slipping... Shut up. So now that's off, which I guess isn't the worst offense to have it straight down. It's just something to note. I've never seen a knob do that. Usually knobs are the actual shape in the back. I guess this is cheaper because they're just spinning it. I don't know, my brain, because I like this system. If there was a dab of glue on that silicone, then it wouldn't slip like this. It would just have been permanent, but they didn't do that. You know what sucks? Reviewing on desks. I really need to review in space. Floating. KPH30i Clears Ultras. This was the first thing. These are always the first headphone I plug into things. Because if they explode, because $50 amplifier, fingers crossed, always, they cost $30 to replace. Or I have a pile of them. So I'm glad I have a Slayer song. Now I don't feel like a poser putting that wallpaper on. But yeah, no. Yeah, this headphone, which is not notoriously hard to drive, but not like, oh, it'll work on anything. You kind of give the Ultra mods on power. I'm satisfied under noon. Well, no. All right. I'm satisfied under noon now that I've reset the volume knob to be vertical. So I don't know where the knob is now. I guess it was here. So going to noon means 2 o'clock. So I'm satisfied around 2 o'clock. Which, this is perfect. Here you go. Here's another perfect combination for everybody. I mean, I like them more. I like these. I said before, these scale on better amplification. Get off there. So if I plug these into the Rebel amp, they sound better than they do on this. Or plug these into the Singzer and they sound better than they do on this. But as far as like the basic bitch, like, hey, I don't know anything about audio. What's the best I could do for $100? If you could get this amplifier and these headphones and pads, that is the fucking... There is no other answer to the best you could do for $100. So yeah, I would like to thank my patrons who gave me the strength and monetary reliability to allow me to spend $50 on drop. And the risk that it would just never show up because fucking drop. I'm glad this showed up. And it was weird because it's like, it came in a nice box. And it almost matches. I want to put it next to the DAC. Hold on. Excuse me. My favorite headphones, basically. Harmonic Dyne Zeus. Sit over there for a second. It almost matches 100% the... I'm going to fuck this up again. I did it already. I mean, here's the thing. This has rubber feet, and this, when you get the Sanskrit DAC, has a case of rubber feet to put on, because this is that DAC that you could put in any orientation. This is not the wire it comes with. This is my fault. This is Zeos's fault. I just like using this cable. Look at it. You can't... I wish you could buy a USB... All right, here's the thing. If you find that USB-C cable that is a fucking full-on coiled cable and not a goddamn USB mini... Although I could get an adapter on this. I want to buy it because this is fucking amazing. So here's power in, not. Wait, that says auxiliary power. That's in one power, and this is auxiliary power. I was plugging this wrong one before, or now. Okay, they're almost the same. Oh, by the way, the power cord for this is a little short. It goes to there and to here, so it's like a 3-foot power cord. But yeah, no, look, they're exactly the same case dimensions. The only thing that's different is, yeah, they're right on the money width-wise. The amplifier is like 1/8 of an inch or 4 millimeters longer. And you got to put the feet on this to make it match height-wise. So, I mean, you could do some sort of weird, like, SMSL stack. They're not the same. Like, this one has rounded edges and the SMSL on top, and this one has square edges and glass and doesn't say SMSL fucking anywhere. But this is also the DAC that you can lay down. Oh, keeps fucking the wire up. All right, we're done. We're done listening to that. Could cut this and solder on a USB-C because I'm only using it for power. Oh, MediaBridgeProducts.com. I doubt they make a modern version of that. So anyway, yeah, $100 fucking DAC on a $50 amp on $50 headphones, or 40, at most $42, because those pads sometimes run about 12 and the headphones at most are $29.99. And I like this fucking thing. And then you shut it off. It's like, it's so small and so efficient. Like, it doesn't get warm that I don't care if you leave it on all the time. The blue LED doesn't bother me. How small is the blue LED? It doesn't fucking bother me. And it's blinking. It's blinking, and now it's on. It's a nice amp. I fucking like it. And I don't care. You're not probably buying it. And I just want to rant about it because I just like this design. If SMSL made a $500 amplifier that was literally this exact same case and inputs, I guess it could move over and put a balanced 4.4 Pentacon there. And then it could do just a 4.4 out with an adapter. I don't know. I like this. I like how small it is. There's someone out there who's like, I just need a nice little baby vertical. And I guess you could just lay this down. Now that I've shown you that you can reset where the volume knob is. So that would be what? So that's all the way down. So let's turn it all the way up and then keep rotating it. So now that's all the way down. So now I have a pointing the standard position. So you could legitimately leave the rubber feet here, add more rubber feet to the side, and then run it as a small little flat laydown unit. Or, I don't know. You can't buy it, so it doesn't fucking matter. I just came here to tell you about the Dunu Zens, and the Harmonic Zeus are my favorite fucking headphones, except when you're talking about the Clear Ultras and Little Slayer Girl. That's it. We're done here. Get that wallpaper, crop it out, put it on your phone in the description. I'll link to this in all the various places you can't buy it. If somebody you know what would work? Because I use a Tascam MH8, which is an 8-channel headphone amplifier for burn-in. I could get 8 of these. If I could have gotten 8 of these, it would have cost the exact same amount. It would be slightly smaller. Probably not as powerful, though. But then I'd also have to do things with jumping the XLRs, and that would be a fucking nightmare. So it's probably better off. Link to the MH8 in the description if you want to do a burn-in rig with multiple things. Multiple of these is not worth it, just because of the signal fucking nightmare you'd have to deal with. But I think I would probably rather listen to headphones on this than what that can output, because that gets tweaky real fast. Like that, I could distort. This, I wasn't able to distort. I didn't push it to its absolute maximum, but I mean, you shouldn't. It's $50. Are we done? Am I done? Have I talked about Patreon and Subscribestar? Which lets you see these riveting videos early, and you can post comments that say first before anyone else, except when I post first, because fuck you, I'm first. It's my video. I pin that comment on the top before any of you, so I'm first. You can only ever be second. You also, besides getting to see the videos early, you get to participate in the yard sales, which I'll possibly sell. Here's the thing. Why would I sell this in the yard sale? This is another one of those reviews that I look back on when I'm scrolling through at the end of the month. What am I putting in the yard sale? See, it was $50. What are you going to do? You're going to sell it for $41? It's better off just having a cheap, reliable, small, compact, non-power supply. You can't imagine how glad that makes me, because I hate power bricks. I could just pop this up. Oh, I just need a headphone amp. Here, hold on one second. I got this one. There, that one. That one works fine. Works fine. Accomplishes more than you could think it could do. Fun. So yeah, yard sales 1st to the 10th of every month is also accessible. I got off on a real tangent there. But if you want to ask me questions, do not ask me on platform, because I cannot answer them anymore. Except if you go to the $10 tier, whoa! And then you get into the behind the scenes private Telegram chat, where you can just join the chat at Zeos Pantera and then list your fucking life story. and your wife's life story and all the things your kids like to watch on TV, and then be like, oh, and I want a Bluetooth headphone. And then I'll read all of it, and then I'll be like, oh, God. And then I'll help you with your Bluetooth headphone. It's happened more than once, and it's kind of funny. Just send it in there, whatever. 200 people will all look at it. We'll all read your backstory, and then we'll all help. Because a lot of people in there have good ideas. Some of them even go against my own ideals. God damn it. But, that's what life's about. Everyone's got different tastes in music and shit. So you want my take on it? Fine, I'll give it to you, at Zeos Pantera. But everyone else will chime in, and it's kind of nice, because it doesn't take away all your choices. Like, if I'm the only one that you speak to, you've done poor market research. You got a bunch of people talk to you. It's like, all right, I'm hearing what everyone's saying. And then maybe I'll even concur with someone else. Because I forget, even what's available. Someone will be like, hey, I need a thing for this thing. And I'm like, this. And then someone comes out and says, but yeah, Zeos, but you said this about this 2.5 years ago. And I'm like, that's right. That's a thing. Yeah, what he said then. What he said. So it's good. It's good. It's like a hive mind of things from my past. It's better memory. It's a memory upgrade. That's what the patronage chat is. Wallpaper, description, phone. I did that. Did this. Hi-Fi Guides in the Hi-Fi Guides forums for general audio discussions, or there's a good music discussions threads. Like it's an entire section for just music discussion. Feel free to go in there. If you're just listening to a song and you're like, you know what? This song is great. Or you know what? This song fucking sucks and I wish it didn't. Go in there and complain. I love when people talk about music, because all this shit, this is impressive stuff. But you know what's gotten more people laid than all their headphone equipment combined? A good song. America. That's a good song too. America. I'm done. Thank you. We're good. I'm done. You're done. She's done. We're done. I'm babbling now. I'm going away. I got my, today was the day I got my first Moderna shot. So maybe I'm losing my mind.